What? Sorry, I ran late. It's my fault. I'll never do that again. I'll never think I could squeeze two shows in at once. I apologize. Please forgive me. It's my fault, my bad. I don't expect anybody to be here. I really don't. Um, I didn't think I was going to be there that long. Guys, I gave my word that I would do something, and I apologize 1,000,000% to our people here. That I'm 15 minutes late, 20 minutes late. I will do my best to make it up in some way. Gianni, what's happening, brother? Cinnamon Girl, I'm sorry to make you wait. I'm so sorry. William Brooklyn, BX. I'll check it. Yes, BX, I'll do that right away. I know a bunch of people are probably pissed at me. Dana, how are you? Bobby, I'm sorry I'm late. I feel like shit. Davey T, I am so sorry for making. I should never do that to our people, but please understand, I gave them my word, and it was my fault. As you saw, the thumbnail went up late, and I didn't want to cancel tonight's show, and I didn't think I was going to do more than 20 minutes there, but unfortunately, I'm half. I get going, and somebody's got to shut me up. Nikki wasn't there, or Timmy Irish, or Davey, or Roy, or Bobby, whoever, Cinnamon Girl, Dana, BX, anybody to pull me off and say, go to your show. Everybody's waiting for you. Anyway, I apologize. Forgive me, and let's roll. Gianni, here we go. No, but I thank you, but it's wrong. I said 8:15. It should be 8:15. I didn't realize it was fucking 8:35. Sorry. Here we go. If you guys saw the thumbnail, what's up, man? If you guys saw the thumbnail, what I wanted to talk about tonight and tell you a little something about that was brought to me. I really wanted. If you notice, I never pay attention to titles. I just make shit up sometimes. That's the truth. I'm quick with it. But I've been starting to care about the thumbnails as far as how they look and titling, because they say it matters too. But truth be told, that word Chronicles, if anybody read it, I really do want to spend like a series on this. And I've always said I don't like doing this show. It's like one of the few shows I don't enjoy doing, because I feel like I'm talking about myself, and I'm just bad with that. I am. That being said, some will say, well, he's fucking still doing it, so can't be bothering too much. But whatever. Maureen, how are you, babe? So I want to get into this whole thing before I get into a very serious event. If you notice in the thumbnail, it said, I forget what it said, but you just can go back and look at it. And there's a tool, I guess you would call, and that's there for a reason. And I really want to get into this about this whole word associate. And I would take to task, and obviously it won't happen. I mean, it could happen off camera. Maybe I still know one or two guys that are around, and I love them and respect them, right? But they're also not the kind of guys that would disagree with me either, because I'm going to be right what I'm going to say. And if I'm wrong, I've been wrong 1,000,000 times in my life, and I'll probably, I don't know how many more years I have, but I'll be wrong another 1,000,000. But in this case, I'm right what I'm about to say. Look, and I'm setting this up for a reason. I want people to understand, seriously, for those that don't, I'm speaking to those that don't. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. So much. It is a brutal, dangerous brotherhood, loyalty, love, betrayal, scary life. I say that now. I didn't say it then. And nor do I really feel those words like scary, dangerous. But let me tell you some things. For those that don't know, and I'm really speaking to, you know what? I'm speaking to who's here. Listen, I have a hard time with. Here's what I have a hard time with. I believe, and I could be wrong on this, um, that everybody has the right. Every human being has the right to speak on anything they want to speak on. Right? Agreed, 100%. You could go to college and become a theologian. Wow, big word, right? That's a $50 word where I'm from. But that doesn't mean you're God. Okay? I'm just using, maybe that's a bad analogy. I could talk football, right? I played ball. I played ball. I talk about football because I didn't just study the game. I played the game. Some say they were surprised when I didn't do a lot more with sports, football especially. I'm making a point here. I don't have a problem with historians, the ones I call historians. My problem is this, and I said it in the first description, but I screwed it up. Here's my problem with the historians, and I'll start with the Jerry Capichis of the world. I'll start with, I'm not going to name anybody on YouTube because all that's going to do is if I say that we're a non-drama channel, I'd like to keep that way, but I got to tell you, you guys know already with me, we fought, somebody fires a shot, or if I fire a shot that I believe is 100% accurate, I'm going to say it. So what I say is this, we push back exactly 1,000,000%. What I say is this, how could you continuously, the historians, talk about something, know everybody's nickname, know where they came from, know what year they were born, know what rackets they were into. You know everything. That's amazing. It is. You fucking studied your ass off. But here's what you don't know, and which is the most important thing. You see, you could talk about football, right? But if you never played the game, you don't understand the emotion of the game. You don't. You don't. You don't understand what it's like to smell the grass, okay, before the referee blows that whistle for kickoff. And you're going to run down the field as fast as you can looking to tear somebody's head off. You'll have no idea what that emotion is like, that adrenaline is like, okay? So that's my issue with these guys. Good for you when you're studying. That's great. But you never cracked a fucking egg in your life. None of you. And you'll never understand the emotion of what it's like, literally, to get a phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning and be told that you got to go somewhere that's very dark and you totally don't have nothing on your mind. had nothing on my mind that something could go wrong. Something I'm getting set up because it wasn't on my mind, and it didn't happen. I'm here, but you don't know the emotion of being up at 3 in the morning, pitch dark, under a bridge, and having a conversation, a very serious one. And if you look at the thumbnail, find that thumbnail, and you'll know what I was asked to do. So if you don't understand that emotion, here's my problem. I believe you should be able to say whatever you want and talk this and that. But my problem is that all you guys do, for the most part, is platform informants, um, and it's a very lazy narrative, if you ask me. Now, I understand that nobody active, outside of Joey Molino is going to talk about the life. If Joey's active, and I that's not for me to say. I believe Joey, in my personal opinion, is a hardworking man and always has been. But the media and everybody will paint it another way. But that's not what this is about. This is about your lazy narratives, listening to one side of a story, listening to the cooperator, listening to reading the federal indictments that we all know, except you guys for some reason, that a lot of times shit is fake, made up, and guys are coerced into saying what they got to say just so they can get themselves a better deal. Think about that. I also want you to think about standing under a bridge, very desolate, with somebody you love. He's a brother. You don't know what that emotion is like. You don't know what that car ride is like. Yeah, you got nothing on your mind that maybe I have a problem, but you don't know what it's like to be asked anything. I don't care if I'm asked to slap somebody. Go here tomorrow and make sure you open this guy's head. All right? I'm opening up now. The gloves are off. So if we're going to talk, let's talk. Long out of this shit. But some things don't leave. Like I just said to Joey and Kane, I believe this 1,000,000%. Some things in our lives should be non negotiable. For everybody, it's different what those things are. Some things in your life should be non negotiable. Well, for me, I probably have 10. I probably have too many. It's just non negotiable. One of them happens to be never telling on anybody. I don't give a fuck. And for anybody that, well, how much time did you do, Craig? Or this, that, or the other thing? I passed the test. There's a test. I passed it. Passed it many times. Not proud of it. But guess what? When you go away, if that's the outcome, don't expect to be fucking rewarded for it because you kept your mouth shut. No, that's what you signed up for, and that's what you're supposed to do. You don't get a fucking trophy for keeping your mouth shut. Don't get involved. Don't get involved. So anybody that comes home, look, I'm going to tell you guys straight out. I had a brother that did a good amount of time. I told you he was violent. Had nothing to do with wise guys. Actually, he was against it. He didn't want to kick money up to nobody. They tried to, trust me, they did their best. They just talked to my old man. We got to control him. My brother wanted no part of it. He didn't believe in committing felonies for nobody but himself. So, but also from young, he was in jail, home, away, home, away. But when my brother would come home, He would never. He didn't want to. Nobody would. He just wasn't the guy that would. The guy that stands on the corner. Oh, I just came home. I just did 6 years. Whatever. No, I was taught. Maybe it was old school. It's nothing to brag about. Why? Why? What? Because you fucking did something. You get caught. Now you think it's great. You did a great thing. So you come home and tell everybody I did 6 years. That's great. That's great. I did 6 fucking years. What? I mean, I know I don't want to drift off here, but that there's a lot, man. It's deep. It's deep, and it needs to be deep because we need to break it down. Because I'm told, or I've heard a lot that anybody that is in the street, was in the street, Bob, and so forth and so on, everybody's a moron. Everybody's a moron. Well, I got to tell you, in time, you guys will learn of some people that I grew up around, and I was, and I was young, not that young. I was growing into the years, and I was in, and then later became in business with that were very powerful. But I wasn't on the, uh, I was on the business end of things, not on. It was later on I went into the more everything, whatever, whatever. Because I told you guys I wanted that button in a bad way. Otherwise, why get in it? You know, don't sign up to play roller hockey or ice hockey if you don't want to go to the NHL. Why do it? Right? Why do it? Not saying it's Benny Boy. What's happening? If anybody I didn't say hello to, I'm sorry. I'm getting locked in here. The ears are getting red again. Um, so I really, and it's about, I need people to truly understand the emotion and your brother, the loyalty, everything it's about. I felt it was about. And I believe at one time it was about. I'm not saying criminal stuff wasn't being done. I'm not saying, I'm not a historian. I always said that. So guys could ask me names, from the fucking 50s or 60s. Maybe I heard them, maybe I didn't. If I didn't hear them, I'll tell you, I'm sorry, never heard of them. I didn't study it. I didn't. I didn't need to. Benny, there's people in here that we didn't have to study names. We were part of the family. In the family. Not, we didn't have a ceremony, but we could have been anything. If that's what we chose at that time, people would have rose to status, I'm sure, big. Look, I said this once and I'll say it again. There'll be a time, and I hate to compare it to this because it's going to sound like I'm glorifying this shit, but there'll be a time where I'm going to be able to say more. And I'm telling you, you'll take some of the great Yankee teams and you'll say some of the people in this chat and myself grew up around a Hall of Fame of that. That doesn't mean, again, that made me that. No, it just means that we were good. There was never problems. You had somebody to go to if there was a problem. Now, later in life, I would choose that route. Again, my hand was up. I probably should have chose it 12, 15 years earlier. But then again, I'd probably be dead or doing life. But I need to get this this thing about, and I don't want to listen. Everybody's got the right to educate themselves and know their facts on everything. No different than if you're somebody that wants to, like me, I like to watch tape on college athletes, right? So I get to speak on things. But there's certain things that I don't know about that player. I can't tell you about his personality. I can't tell you about how he was in grammar school. I can't tell you about how he was in high school. I can't tell you about his personality. I can't tell you about how he reacts in certain situations. I can only tell you what I see on film. So it brings me to the historians again. You can only tell us what you read. You can only tell us what the rat is telling you, or the cooperator, the cheese eater, whatever word you want to use, the nibbler. You can't tell us about the emotion of what it's like to be in a fucking dark alley in a parking lot coming out of a restaurant at 3 a.m. and shit's popping off. Shit is popping off with 3 violent crews. And anybody that's watching this knows the crews that I'm talking about. And one of the guys that's probably watching this is a cooperator and has a channel and probably will do a video about the 3 crews I'm talking about. Because it's funny, he happened to do a couple of videos about guys in the Bronx. So pay attention to those rat channels, guys. Don't, because they're talking about things I'm talking about without saying a lot. Pay attention. So, I think emotion and understanding, you're given a detail, no different than a soldier in the army. You have a detail, no different than an assignment in a football field. Yes, the stakes are a little higher, much higher. Betrayal is that you don't know this because you don't want to believe that, and you cannot let it cross your mind, or you're done. So when you do get that call at 3 a.m, at 4 a.m, 2 a.m, whatever time it is, and there was many of them, you just go. You go. But you don't know, nobody knows what that emotion's like. And you know who I'm speaking about here. You don't know what that emotion's like. So I don't think it gives you the right. You already have a lazy narrative. You only tell one side of a story, right? Everybody's a dope and a moron. And I've already said, can any of you guys run a fucking $500 million industry, $1 billion industry? Sorry about the avatar. This camera's, guys, not the best. We're working on it. Hold on. That just fucked me up. I'm really pissed off now. So, all right, here we go. We're back. So you can't talk about it. So if you got a lazy narrative, you're only telling one side of a story with cooperators. You're reading documents that you're getting that are already drummed up. Now, if you guys really believe that the feds tell the truth about everything and everything's on the up and up, okay. Listen, I don't give a shit about yous anyway. But I want to just let you know, why don't you have somebody that's never ratted on nobody, never put nobody in fucking jail, right? That's lived the life, understands it, knows the emotion, has cracked an egg, has picked up envelopes, whatever it might be, has sat in on conversations that he wish he never heard. You don't know what that emotion's like. So it's hard for me to fucking take any of you serious. Again, with your lazy narrative, telling one side of a fucking story. And you know who I'm talking to. I told you in your chat, I don't hate you. I dislike you. I don't hate anybody. I do dislike you. And I told you why. So if you thought that would change, no. I don't hate you, though. I don't think about you. I don't like you. But I told you why. And I also told you, right? I also told you, Amish man, I also told you that, why don't we do this? I know you are friendly with somebody I think is a friend. I guess we'll see. I don't want a single fucking view. I don't want to debate you on a view. You're a very smart guy. You come across as a smart guy. I want to debate you to tell you why you're fucking worse than anybody I ever was with in the street. Why you're worse. And you're a fucking sheep in wolf's clothing. That's what you are. Because that's what you are. Right? That's what you are, except one thing. You're not capable of cracking an egg. You're not. You definitely probably didn't defend yourself in school. I could see it. If I'm wrong, I doubt it. You're definitely the guy that gets cut in line, maybe even pulled out of the way. Get the fuck out of here. You know, like you get abused. You're a victim. You're a mark. You're what's called a mark. It's sad that at 57, I got to tell another grown man, you're a mark. Be a man. Be a man. That doesn't mean I'm telling you to be a gangster, because I'm not a gangster. But there's certain things I believe in. And maybe there's certain things from that life that were, I thought, morally okay. Like love your brother and shit like that. Whatever. We could talk about betrayal and all of that shit. That's an individual thing, my friend. Treachery and betrayal is an individual thing. Okay? Just like the pedophile becomes a priest. The priest doesn't become a pedophile. What does that mean? Figure it out. Smart guy. The pedophile becomes the priest. The priest doesn't become a pedophile. So you are what you are before. So when you, being a mark your whole life, and I didn't know you, I could just see right through it. And I've offered to debate you. You're so much smarter than me. Why wouldn't you want to just fucking like shatter me and make me look like a fool? Why? Why wouldn't you want to just fucking embarrass the shit out of me and you'll be the man? You told off a guy that was in the street. You're the man. And I gave you my word. We'll do it on a show where it ain't here. It ain't on. It could be on your platform with all your people. I'll ask all my people, do not come. You got my word on that. I want to debate you. I want to tell you why your lazy narratives. I want to tell you why you're a blowjob. I do. I don't hate you. I dislike you. I want to tell you why you're a sheep in wolf's clothing and you're a fake and a phony. Talking about all the wise guy shit, dumb, dopes, this, that, and the other thing. Yet you do things that have, remind me of a lot of things that I did in the street. And I can't wait. You'll never do it, just like Dr. Seuss won't do what he's going to do because he supposedly needs time. Maybe he needs time to go to the gym. I don't know. I'm ready. I've been ready. But back to you, Amish boy. Why won't you do it? You're smart. Well, you're college educated, right? Right? College educated. You're a historian. You know everything about the mob. I guarantee you I could show you one or two things you don't know. I guarantee you I could show you one or two things you never heard of. And they're not physical. That's not physical. I could. But I want to debate you intellectually, right? I don't have a college education. Technically, I don't have a high school education. Technically. Okay? I just knew somebody that made GEDs, and we had somebody that made them. It's a fact. Yeah, even that. Yeah, we had that too. That being said, maybe you could use that on your next show. So, Amish boy, I've offered. So, because you don't understand emotion and you only platform cooperators and you only read court documents from cooperators and the feds themselves or state OC, whoever, that's 100%. You don't need to hear another side of a story. You don't need to hear another side of a story. So you believe because you fucking read everything that Jerry Capisci ever fucking wrote, and you've studied every book about when a guy was born, what town he came from, this, that, and the other thing. What does that mean? What does that mean? That means you knew what he was into. Doesn't mean you know what it's like to fucking go and do something. You don't know the emotion. Just like you don't know the fuck. I see you talking about betting on football. My man, let me tell you this. I would have loved to fucking line up against you and put a hole right through your fucking chest with my helmet. Because when I look at you, I told you I see a mark. You're a mark. You're a victim. You're a victim waiting to happen. You're fortunate. You're fortunate that the world is the way it is today and men are no longer men. And I'm not talking about the life. I'm talking in general. What is going on with our men? I don't want to get into that. I'm here to talk about the emotion. You could say you know this, you know that, you know this, you know that, but until you're called and tasked to meet somebody at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning and be asked to do something serious, you could turn it. Whatever you could imagine is serious. I don't give a shit what we're talking about here. You don't understand the emotion, so you don't get it. You'll never get it. You never crack the fucking egg. That goes for all years. You could talk about things historically, do whatever the fuck you want, but you'll never gain my respect. You don't want my respect. You don't want guys like me or anybody like me respect. You would never get it anyway. But you don't know the life, so I don't know why. I'm stunned that America chooses to listen to you guys. It's like stunning to me. What the fuck are people tuning into? Why would anybody want to hear a fifth party story? A guy that read something from somebody else that somebody else wrote, that he heard from somebody else, and a cooperator came on his show who told 78 lies that put 900 fucking people in jail for life. And that makes you an historian and a fucking expert in Cosa Nostra. No, it don't. It makes you somebody that's lazy, that tells half a story. See, where I come from, there's 3 sides to every story. Yours, mine, and the truth. You probably never heard that before because, like I told you, you're a mark. You're a victim. Before you get too crazy, I don't mean victim like that. Don't get nervous. You're just a victim. I told you, they took your lunch money, no doubt. You gave it up. You didn't even fight. You gave it right up. I could see it. You get cut off in Key Food or ShopRite, wherever you shop, they cut you off. Old ladies, I'm not even talking about men. They just cut you off. Get out of the way. They just put their cart right in front of you. So they bump you off. And now you know, the sheep in wolf's clothing. That's what you are. And I've told you, I want to come on your show with all 9,000 people you have in your lives. Okay, Bo? And I want to debate you with your highly college-educated punk ass and tell you why you're a sheep's and wolf clothing. You know shit. You're lazy. You would never try to have a guy that knows anything about the street on your show and listen to their side. That's why I dislike you. Don't say I hate you. I don't know you enough to fucking hate you. You got that? Like you don't mean nothing to me to hate you. I don't hate anybody. But I told you I do dislike you, and it's because of that. You hear me? I want you to know that. And you know who I'm talking to because I went in your chat and told you, please, wherever you want to do this, let's do it. And you'll get all your fucking historians. You could all group up and get together and say, we can get him here, we could get him there, we could get him here, we could get him there. You ain't getting shit. Because you know what I have that you don't have? Guess what? I wasn't highly educated, but I have something that I was always taught if you have, you can do anything. Common sense and balls. At one time they were big. Now I'm an old guy, right? But for you and that other fucking fake banana, but now I'm focused on you because you tell a lazy story and you don't understand emotion and you never will. I'm sorry, guys, I drifted off, but I had to get that off my chest. I want people to understand if you never cracked an egg in your fucking life, I don't know how much you should be talking about it. Let me tell you, I have on tonight so and so from the Banana Crime Family who was under ba ba ba, and he was the toughest dude in the street, and he just got tired of the life and the betrayal, so he put 70 people away. So, how about just once you reach out to one of those families that he put somebody away, where at one time he was all in, 100%, all in until the cuffs went on. Then he became a different guy, right? Why don't you reach out to one of them? I know you'll never put somebody that's never ratted on your show. I told you won't debate me, even though you're much smarter. I know that, but I'll squash you, not physically. Oh, well, physically, absolutely, but we don't mean it like that. I'll squash you just with common sense because you don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. You never will, and none of you will. You'll understand what you read. So I hope Jerry Capisci, and I hope all your people you have in the courthouses and all of that, and whoever, all your sources, and the other jerk off. Oh, the guy that talks about active people, ceremonies going to be made. He's even a bigger fucking clown. This guy. He heard there's a ceremony going to be made. Who's going to be bumped up to this? Who's going to be bumped up to that? Let me tell you about that fucking banana. I don't want to get into the people he's talking about, okay? Because I won't. But let me tell you something. You fucking snake in the grass. You you're worse. You might be worse you are worse than the guy that looks like one of the fucking monkeys from the 60s. Okay? I don't even know the name of your show, but I hear you talk about active guys. You heard this one's getting bumped up. You heard the ceremonies here. This guy's getting this guy's getting that. You fucking jerk off. You're a jerk off. Remember it. I told you you're a jerk off. I don't care if you're an agent. I don't care if you're because you're confident the way you talk. So it tells me one of two things. You're either a fucking snitch, you're a rat, you're already on paper, or you're some sort of employee. You're too fucking ugly to be an agent. Well, although most of them are fucking ugly too, but they're in shape. You look like a fucking pygmy. Okay, so understand what I'm telling you. I hope this gets to you. I don't know the name of your show, otherwise I blast your ass. But you talk about people that are in the life, and what you're doing, you're trying to get them jammed up. You're trying to get them jammed up. So it's got to be that you're on paper or you're a fucking agent. Either way, I say you're a blowjob. I don't care what you are. If you're an agent, go fuck yourself. Fuck you and your mother. How's that? Sorry, guys. Emotional. If you're a snitch, I'd love to. Oh, well, shut up. Oh, all right, I'm going to listen. Woo! I feel better. You see? Whew. Agnostic. I'm good. Wait, did somebody say my man Jimmy Boy was in the house? I went on a rant, guys. I'm sorry, man. I wanted to talk about emotion tonight. I wanted to let people know that, that thumbnail was put there for a reason like that. People could surmise what they want, but honestly, I'm not concerned about saying anything, because nothing. You know what? Let's get to the chat. I talked way too much. I'm sorry. You're right. Craig, he talks about our guys up here. Really? So, Nikki, I'm telling you, if you guys believe you know who I just talked about right now, the guy that talks about active people, tell me if you think one or two things, Gianni. If if he talks the way he talks, he's got to be a fucking snitch, and they're telling him to do it, or he's an agent. I mean, how's he get? He's giving ceremonies. Who's getting bumped? Who's getting this? So he's getting it from what? You know somebody in the courthouse that's a clerk? Come on, man. Fuck out of here. I hope you're a Fed. Go fuck yourself. Fuck yourself, and your show sucks. I don't care how. And you too, Amish boy. You could have 17 million subscribers. You hear me? 17 million. You're still a mark. You're still a punk, and you'll die one. You'll die one. That's sad. That's a sad fucking narrative, because there will come a day that you're going to look in that mirror and see the victim that I said you are. The truth hurts, but you still have time. You still have time to become a man. All you got to do is tell two sides of a story, and that'll start the process of gaining you a little bit of respect. And whoever goes in your chat, and I saw his wrench there too. Of course, that set me off. I won't go off on it anymore. But that's where he belongs, with somebody like you, Amish boy. That tells us all I needed to know about him. So I'm 1,000,000% right on him of what I just said in the other show. I'm not going to attack nobody's names. You'll surmise who I'm talking about. The one that I put it in your chat, Amish boy, I wanted to debate you. I didn't get a reply. Get to all your buddies that are brains, all the brain surgeons and geniuses, and maybe they'll talk you into doing it. The other guy, supposedly in due time, he's going to handle me. All I can tell you is thanks for the warning. I love it. Nothing like getting told it's coming. It's beautiful. So when I do see you, I'll hit you in the head with a fucking claw hammer. Thanks for the warning, jerk off. Another moron. You warn somebody? That's another thing you don't know. I'll teach you. I can teach you things, Amish boy. The Fed, I don't want to teach him nothing. I got nothing for him, but maybe fucking up. As kids, you had an ice ball. Remember when we made an ice ball with the snow? I had a big hand, and I could throw. I was blessed with a good arm like Jimmy. Jimmy talks about. One day I threw an ice ball. It was like a softball. And I threw it hard. I was trying to hit somebody. I was wrong. And I hit a young girl in the eye with this ice ball. It was terrible. I got in a lot of trouble. We were worried about the girl. I was a kid. I don't know, 10, whatever. I was trying, me and my friends were throwing fucking ice balls at each other. And I wound up and threw it fast and did not hit my friend. And I hit this girl that was walking home we were all walking home from school. That brings me to you, Mr. Agent. For you, I would love to hit you in the face with that fucking ice ball. A big one. I can still throw, but I'll get one of my sons to throw it because my arm's not what it used to be. I'd love to see you get hit. I don't want to see you get hurt. Just get hit with a fucking ice ball. I want to see you cry because you got hit with an ice ball. Imagine a grown man, you're going to cry because you got Amish boy. I don't even know what would happen if you forget about an ice ball. Listen, man, I saw you throw a punch. Oh my God. You and Stephen A. Smith, you should really listen with all that money you make and all your subscribers, right, bro? Right? And you hounding people for money. Jerk off. Why don't you join a fucking gym? Why don't you learn how to fight? Right? This way you could debate guys, dummies like me. And you're not worried about nothing. There's nothing to worry about anyway. We're on a computer here. There's nothing to worry about. You know what I mean? Like, go learn something. Besides reading Jerry Capisci's fucking articles and hearing every cooperator come on your show. It's just more sickening that America listens to you and tunes into you and gives you money from a guy that has no fucking clue about how anything works outside of what he's read. What do you know, bro? You don't know shit. You don't know shit. I'm telling you, you don't know shit. Nothing. You know what people have told you, 3, 4, 5. So by the time it gets to you, the story has changed many times. The cooperators that come on your show have told stories differently 3 or 4, 5, 6 different times by the time they got to you. So when you align yourself with that, how do you, there's guys like me, and whoever's here, that feel a certain way, and everybody has a right to do whatever they want. You do. Again, I don't hate you. I dislike you because you're lazy and your narrative's lazy. So you're done. So until you say you're going to debate me, you won't, like the other punk. I don't know, guys. I really wanted to talk about the treachery, and one night I'm tasked with going to that dark space, 3 in the morning, and at 3 in the morning, okay, it's just me and one person talking to each other, nobody else, under a bridge. I don't need to say what bridge. And he still whispered in my ear. Okay? Still whispered in my ear. And I'll tell you this. I wasn't going to pull a trigger. I wasn't being asked to pull a trigger. I wasn't. But had it went down of what was whispered in my ear that night, had that happened, I'm involved. Amish boy. I don't know if you know, I know the other guy's an agent. You probably, you probably got friends that tell you shit that are badge guys, great, good for them. They passed the test, that's great. You know what's crazy? I don't want anybody in here to think I cool glasses. Nah, I hate them, man. I don't want anybody here to think I am promoting this shit. No, it's just that I lived it, got away from it, but I can't stand to hear and see people just listen to guys that fucking read fucking books. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to take it serious. I don't give a shit how many people you heard of. Don't mean nothing to me. It doesn't. I know I'm just one person, and I can't. It doesn't mean everybody. If you enjoy that stuff, that's great. I just don't know why you would want to hear somebody have a cooperator come on his show, or have him tell a story about something he heard from somebody else, who somebody else told him. Fourth party shit. Why wouldn't you want to hear something from somebody that's telling you something I just told you right now? That happened. Now, I didn't tell you what was whispered in my ear, but I did tell you I was not going to pull a trigger. But had it happened, I'm charged with the same crime. So the thumbnails will tell you what I was asked. So let me educate you, Amish boy. I don't have to educate you, the other guy in Philadelphia, jerk off, the agent, rat, whatever he is. Let me educate you on something. I don't know if you know this. You don't have to pull a trigger to have what they say, get a notch under your belt. Notch under your belt, for anybody that doesn't know, means that you were part of something that took somebody's life, unliving somebody. Not to glorify that. I'm just telling you what that means. But if you played any role in that, any role at all, the family you're with, you get recognition for that. You're fast track to get your button, or you'll get it immediately. because when it goes south, you're going away for a long time, whether you pull the trigger or not. But you already know that. You knew what that meant because you had so many rats on your show. I'm sure they told you what notch under the belt meant. I know you know all the. And again, Mark, victim, never cracked an egg. Timmy Boy, I love you, man. Davey T, have I been rambling? I'm sorry, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I kept you way too long. I know that. Craig, you're 100% correct. Oh, man, Bob. Oh, here we go. I love it. You know what? Let me give to the chat. I'm sorry. I've been on, because I'm a little passionate about this tonight. Craig, you're 100% correct. It's like a history teacher talking about World War II and never fucking fought in a war. He wasn't there. Amen to that. And guys, please understand, if any young kids are sneaking watching this shit, you shouldn't be. Get off. Not a good life. Nothing but bad things in the end, usually. Very few get the retirement plan. But it's something you do sign up for, whether you're born into it or recruited into it. Like I said, you're 24/7 or you're nothing. Let me get some of the chat. Anybody got anything, man? I was late, man. I owe it to you guys. Timmy, Davey T, what's up? Nikki, what's up, man? You guys got anything CG2 in the house? Cinnamon Girl, love you. Let it go, buddy. It's all real. You know it. I wouldn't say it. Thank you, Davey. Agnostic, you know it. You know it. I'm talking. We're speaking the truth. Nikki, Gianni, Timmy, William. I go through every fucking name in here. I'm speaking facts. I'm dropping facts here. These are facts. You love the pup, Stevie? Yeah. My sons thought it was a good idea to bring home puppies for their wives for Mother's Day. I don't know how they felt, but they thought it was a good idea. With the grandkids. One of them already has a 120-pound big guy. And now more, but we love animals. We love our dogs, cats, whatever. Other people appreciate your facts, Craig, for real. Hey, man. Life is either way, it's cool because you know what? I'm going to always say whatever I think. It doesn't mean everybody has to agree. But you know what? That's what makes the world go round. We could all have opinions and then we move on. All right? That's what we do. But I feel strongly about certain things. And again, some things in your life should be non-negotiable. For me, not being a gangster, but what I'm talking about, the emotion, the historian part, the Jerry Capisci thing, the agent in Philly. I feel strongly about that. I never told my children to commit crimes. No, I didn't. Now, if there's anybody out there, probably from the area, Agnostic, you're in the house. Timmy, Irish, Nikki, Davey, you know where I'm from. Maybe you're going to say that my sons are tough kids. Maybe you'll say they're pussies. Excuse my language. I didn't mean to say. I did not want to say that. But all you tough guys with these rat shows that are from my neighborhood, why aren't you coming at me, man? Why aren't you making like crazy videos about me? Whatever, make up lies. Why? What are you worried about? I'm not a father that would ever put his children in harm's way. I'll do 100 years. I'll fucking die in a cell before I ever let one of my children go to jail for me. But you are from the neighborhood, so you hear shit. Don't make sense, guys. Keep my name. You harbor a fucking lying mutt that try to ruin this show and all of my friends and family and our community. And that ain't never going away. No time soon. Like they say, time heals all wounds. This is not like I'm bitchy, like a wound like that, because you're soft. The guy I'm talking about, soft. Look, I also want to say this, because I do feel this way. Any man that feels he needs to go in an all woman chat and play tough guy, hmm, I just don't know. Maybe I grew up different. I don't know. I don't know. Any man that needs to go into a woman's chat and play tough guy amongst all women with no shirt on, and you like dressed like a fucking Halloween costume clown and playing tough guy. And you know everybody that's been ever made straightened out, bob, and yet you don't know a fucking soul. Not a soul. And you know I know that. And why? Tell everybody why. Because you were the same guy that was running around when I didn't fucking know you. You used to tell everybody in the neighborhood how close you were with me. Except my boys would come back and tell me because you wanted everybody to think that you were friends with me. Because I don't know, maybe you thought one day I'd come back to the neighborhood and fucking slap you for some reason. I don't know. Because I was stupid when I was younger, and part of that, it did go to my head. It did. But I told you I was all in. Fucking old, man. Now I actually want to play my grandchildren. But if somebody's a mutt, I'm still going to tell them you're a mutt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just like I want you guys. Tell me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear. I respect it a lot more. Brian G. I don't even know who that guy is, man, but that's all good. The guy I don't know where anybody's from, man. I'm telling you, I'm kind of, believe it or not, 9 months in, 8 months in, whatever we are. I'm new to the like who's who because I don't watch anybody else's show. I don't. I don't. You guys got to look. I don't. I tell you what it is. I'm 57, Stevie. We're the same age. Time flies by. Hey, Penn State guy, what's up, brother? But what I'm saying is this, man. Like, like the three of you guys, Amish boy won't debate me, and he's so college educated because I'll expose him for his lazy narrative, just want to hear one side of a fake story, and not want to speak to anybody that's been in, that knows what it takes or been around, that's cracked an egg. Right. I'm going to get to him, Nikki, in a second. The other guy is either an agent or a snitch, talking about ceremonies, this, that, and the other thing. Everybody knows the rules. All of you quote the fucking rules, how ceremonies go down, and not one of yous ever were in the street. So, what rules do you know? What do you know? What somebody else tells you, so you're able to come on the air and tell people what the rules are? What? You don't know what the fucking rules are. Who told you what the rules are? A snitch? A guy that put 100 people away? Who? A piece of paper that the feds wrote up? What are the rules? Tell me what the rules are. Because I've heard some of you guys quote rules and how ceremonies are done. I'm here to tell you, I have no fucking clue how a ceremony is done. And I could probably tell you on conservatively, 10, 15 made guys, some in very high level positions I was around or with a good part of my life. Didn't say I was a shooter but I was involved with them in one way or another. Okay? Rules? I know the fucking rules. My partner on Friday nights knows the fucking rules better than anybody. Don't quote the rules, fellas. You don't know the rules. You couldn't follow the rules. You wouldn't understand the rules. You're marks and victims. Sell Girl Scout cookies. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what, Amish boy. Yeah, agnostic. Nikki's a dear friend. We're all friends here, bro. We're all good here, man. Patty, oh, I did it again. And Nikki, Patty, agnostic's great people. He had an issue with fucking Rooster Neck too that I'm gonna get into right now. Let's talk about all these tough guys that go into all these women chats and talk about wise guy shit. When has that ever been where men talk with women about the street? Want to quote a rule? Well, I'll give you one. You get fucking caught doing that. Forget about getting. It's a problem. Don't ever let nobody run back to anybody and say this fucking guy's in the bar telling every broad this or that. He's talking shit. He's doing that. What? Come on, guys. It's embarrassing. Like, aren't you embarrassed? Tommy, real deal, my brother. What's up, Tommy? I love you, bud. You guys are soft. You're soft. You're quoting the rules. You're quoting this. You're quoting ceremonies. And none of you fucking punk faggot bitches ever cracked an egg in your life. Look up what cracking an egg means. You probably don't know what that means. Do I got to explain what that means? Amish boy? Or the Fed in Philadelphia? Or, as a matter of fact, on behalf of Mr. Vinny Matalone, don't ever mention his fucking name again, you mutt. You mutt. Don't mention his name again. And by the way, why do you need time to deal with me? Deal with it now. All that tells me is you're putting off a problem for another day. Deal with it now. Don't mention Vinny's name no more. He don't want his fucking name mentioned. Don't mention my name. You don't. You don't. I'll give you that. Because you know. Because you know. You know. You fucking know. You know. Like I said, not about winning and losing. It's who's willing to go the furthest. Right? How far are you willing to go? I don't know. I don't know. Depends. You're a clown, so maybe maybe I would just have you tied up and fucking beat you with a water balloon or something. Just embarrass you. Amish boy, I told you, you just need an open hand slap and told to get to the back of the line. That's the fact. You're a bitch that knows nothing. Yeah, he's trying to find a spot to land his jet. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to do it because I want to end the. I want to stop with the but with the private jet. If I ever told you guys whose jet that was, it's just too cringy for me to say, so I won't say it. I'm done with it. I know. I heard the Amish kid got smacked, but King Dom, I'm tired of his lazy narrative. That's what I mean. You understand what I'm saying? It's lazy. You're this bright guy, and you're a fucking hypocrite. What are you doing? You're promoting gambling, right? What are you doing? You're selling cigars. What do wise guys do? We think of things. I'm not part of that. I'm long. Understand what I mean? We think of ways to make money. So what are you doing? You ask your people for money. You're selling cigars. You promote gambling like you played the game of fucking football. I'd love to watch some of your football tape. At 57, I'd love to put the equipment on and fucking run 40 yards and fucking tackle you. That would be it. I wouldn't even smack you. That would be it. That's all I want. The federal agent in Philadelphia that's announcing ceremonies and who's getting straight, who's doing this, who is doing that. You're a fucking clown. You're a clown. You're either a rat lawyer or a fucking agent. And if you're an agent, guess what? Look right here. Right here. You had nothing on me. What'd you have? Sorry, guys. Dropped the ball. Fuck you. talk about guys. You don't even know who those guys are. I don't know them. They're probably some of the hardest working men that you've ever met in your life. And you have no idea who their families are and their children are. And you're talking about them like that. And you, Amish punk, that has all these mutts and cooperators on your show. Do you give a fuck about all the families and the children that they put away? When they were all in, all invested, part of it, they knew what they were signing up for. Do you ever think about that? Jimmy D, I love you, bud. I didn't see it. I love you, pal. I didn't see you in. I'm going on a rant, Jimmy. I'm glad you're here. Now I'll stop. Greg, these jokers have no idea about the rules. Jimmy, I got tired of hearing it, man. I learned the rules by making mistakes, absolutely. And my guys would correct me, absolutely. In front of the top del ab, 1,000,000%. Said by, what did I say? I wish my partner was here. What did I say, Timmy, Nikki? What did I say? What did I say before I started going off on this shit? I said, I wish my man was here right now. Because I'm getting tired of hearing these guys talk about quoting rules, ceremonies. Jimmy, like we've talked, they don't know what it's like. Like I said, look at the thumbnail. You have no idea what it's like to go at 3 a.m. in the pitch black and take a walk even further into the fucking weeds to be told something. And you're gonna do what you're told. You don't know what that emotion is. You don't know what that adrenaline is. So you don't have a right. I'm sorry, you don't. And for all you guys that host cooperators, that's on you. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You can do whatever you want. I just don't get the ones that one day I heard they were on one side, then they went to another side. So basically, that means if you were in the street and doing things, you'd be the first one snitching. And you know what? That brings me to this. I want to talk about this kind of fucking rat. How about the rat at work? Let's talk about this for all the hardworking people. Forget wise guy shit for now. This makes me even more sick. Agnostic, your cousin Tony Pizza told me. Pat, oh, mom. Fuck you, Patty boy. Tommy, I love you. So I want to say something about the rat at work. Who has a job where there's always somebody on the job that's got nothing better to do than make up lies and tell on people to get them in trouble so they could lose their job? Yeah, they should be locked up for impersonating people. But Jimmy, Tommy, Nikki, whoever's out there, listen, Brian. Oh, I'm not. Who's deleting your comments? Nobody's got. Oh, whoa, guys. There's none but love and respect in this place, man. Come on, I know that didn't happen. BX, you wouldn't do that, right? Nah. We won't have that. What happened? Somebody talk to me. What's going on? Some of the moderators see what's going on here, because we're not going to have that here. We're all a family here. That's why the show is what it is. Yeah, all right, let's move on. It's all good. Come on, guys. We one home here, please. One home. Save it for those clown channels. None but love here. So let's talk about the rat at work. What do we think about that? Somebody that wants to see somebody lose a job, lose their livelihood. All right, guys, do me a favor. All right, let's not. I just don't want to see anybody arguing in here, because it's going to take away from what we're talking about, and the chat comes in here because they don't want to go to the channels that there's nothing but screaming and yelling. Okay, it was by accident. Cool, it's all good. We move forward. That's what men do. It's over. It ain't going to happen again. We're all good. So the rat at work. What do we think about that person? Let's talk about that. The person that's got nothing better to do than talk and whisper about people so they can get fired and lose their jobs, when they're not facing life in prison. They're not facing nothing. They just want to fucking see people lose their livelihoods. What about those people? They get a pass? Because you're a fucking mutt rat? with nothing to gain but to see somebody lose a job. What about that? Think about those people that go out of their way in the workforce to tell on people. Hey, you heard? I saw Billy standing over there at least for 15 minutes. He didn't do nothing. I got to tell you, I seen a lot of guys get hurt in construction. I did. Um, that didn't go on. In today's world, it goes on. I don't know. Craig, you know how absolutely not 1,000,000%. I was just going to get into it, brother. I can't tell you how many jobs shit popped off and nobody called the cops. Guys got laid the fuck out. Nobody called cops. Thank you, Jimmy. I love you, brother. Thank you for coming in, man. Friday night. You got it, bro. Yeah. I don't get that bothers me too. I never understood that. So, whether it be construction or whatever, I took those same things from the street. A lot of my years though blended with it, but even after I was gone and trying to change and do the right things and stuff, certain things don't leave. So ratting is one of them. So I never understood, like, you're not facing fucking jail time. What are we talking about here? And you're going out of your way to see people lose their job, feed their families? Why? Why? I don't get it. So what do you think my emotion was going to be about that? Wasn't good. It's the same way. To me, it's no difference. Some could say, well, that guy is facing 1,000 years, whatever. Right. But we got people telling on people to lose their jobs. What are they faced with? Honestly, you're not facing no time. You fucking telling on people for what? How do you just look at yourself in the mirror? Because the mirror don't lie. That's who you are. I could look at the mirror. Look, I made more mistakes. I fucked up more things, more businesses, money, relationships, whatever. I've hurt more people that I love than you could ever imagine. And I paid for it. Don't make it right. I still live with it. But one thing, man, I don't ever have to worry about. I never put nobody in trouble. Ever. Maybe that's a silly thing to be proud of. Because pride isn't great. It really isn't. Pride can get you in trouble. Whether it be on the job, any walk of life, I didn't believe on telling on people. That's why I told you long ago I told my children never to tell the teacher shit. Some people thought it was harsh. No. Kids got to learn. Go tell the teacher. No bullshit. Don't tell the teacher. The teacher is not going to be with that kid when he goes to the bus stop. The teacher is not going to be with that kid on a Saturday morning when they're in the park and he's still getting bullied. So it's got to get handled. I'm sorry if they're young. Maybe I taught my kids, maybe it was a little too strong. When my son Vincent came home as a young boy, second grade, Craig Mauricio and I were in there one day and Tony Diamond Point. I believe it 1,000,000%, 1,000,000%. And my son came home and I hear him telling my wife that somebody keeps stealing his pencils. This kid sitting next to him. So I might have been a little bit twisted and maybe I had a rough day. I don't know. I'm fully invested in the street. I grabbed my son. He's in second grade. He's a child. I said, "What's going on?" So-and-so keeps taking my pencils. So I told my wife, I said, "Why don't I, like I'm upset. Like, I don't need to know about this. It's kid shit, pencils. No. Now, my wife is not the kind to tell the teacher, but there were certain things they would keep from me. And probably for the better, probably better. But I finally got tired of it. And I told my son, you guys are not going to like this, but I keep it 100. I told my son the next time somebody goes to take one of your pencils that your mother bust her ass to put your little knapsack together there, and people pay for those pencils. That was the point. And you're not going to get bullied. That was really the point. The next time that kid takes your pencil, make sure you have another pencil in your other hand and put it right through his fucking hand. That's crazy. I get it now. I didn't get it then, and I fully meant it. I'm sorry, but that's a fact. I did say that. Not what we're supposed to teach our kids, but guess what? He never got robbed again. I don't believe in telling the teacher. What are we teaching our kids to be? We're teaching our kids to be what the government wants them to be, fucking stool pigeons. What are you doing? What are we doing? That's what you're setting up. You're setting the whole system up to tell on people. So it starts from early. Kindergarten is where it starts. We're raising our children to be fucking stool pigeons and rats. So we at home have to change that. Doesn't mean we teach them the life of crime. No, you don't tell on nobody. You handle your own shit. You have a problem, you handle it. You don't tell nobody. Nobody. Not a teacher, not nobody. That's how I feel. If you guys could do me a favor, please, I know I was late and you're probably mad at me. Can you hit the like button? Please. I cannot believe we hit a 5-0 in one of my rants. I hope I made my story clear about what I wanted to talk about as an associate, because it's much more serious. And I really was going to get into, I'll save it for the next one. I've touched on it already, and we're going to get into a lot of events. And I'll get deeper into this event of what happened that caused me to be asked something very serious. I'm going to get into too on how the maid guy, I've touched it, but I didn't get into it. It's only as good as those fucking dogs he's got around him. And if he's got hungry ones, he's going to shine like a fucking the brightest light. That's a fact. I know a lot of guys that were not straightened out, that commanded respect like fucking captains because they were. We'll leave it at that. I got to say goodnight. I want to tell you guys, thank you so much. It means the world to me. I can't believe we broke a record. I did 2 interviews and I did Cane Shades. I'm happy I was able to go over there and make new friends. I'm happy for everybody came in here. I'm glad everybody's respectful and I just love that. We don't want to be like I don't watch these other shows, but all I hear is that screaming and yelling. I'm going to do that BX as soon as I'm done. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves tonight. Ghost, my brother, I'm sorry you're catching it at the end. I'm about to bail. I got to get up early in the morning tomorrow. Yes, I got to get up early. Everybody be awesome. If nothing's popping, remember what I said, guys. 2:00 in the morning after the Fury fight, somebody's going to be singing "Love on the Rocks." That's the bet. I got Fury. Irish has Davey, Usyk, Templar. Thank you, brother. We're going live at 2 a.m. Right, Ghost? Whoever loses has got to sing a Neil Diamond song live right after the fight. I'm a man of my word. I got to sing. I think El Toro said I got to sing Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon by Neil Diamond, and Timmy Irish has to sing Reverend in Blue Jeans. So pay attention, guys. Somebody's going to look like a fool. Osada, I love you, bro. Yo, I'm going to go through it. I don't care. Osada, Stevie, Brian G, William Brooklyn, Cinnamon Girl, always, baby. Michael, my man, 50 grand. Jimmy D, I love you. BX, Ghost, Steve, Templar, Davey T, Agnostic, Terry, Brian G, I think I said it. Timmy Irish, my man, I'll call you a little bit. Gianni, I love you, brother. Dustin, Bobby. What's up, Bobby? We got to start talking football, man. We got a big interview Thursday with Dan, part 2. Giancola, what a story. Redemption. Jimmy D, I love you. Osada, number love, man. Darren, thank you guys so much for coming in. Shout out to Joey Bay, King Shades. Thank you guys for the support. No Fly Zone. Thank you for coming in. Real deal, Tommy. Number love, you know that. Nicky boy, I love you, man. Yeah, you're gonna say, boy, that guy tells everybody he loves him. I mean, Maureen, thank you. Darren, No Fly Zone, Gianni, King Dom. King Dom, I would have missed you, buddy. You see, that's why I go through them. Dustin, I got you. Mikey Moom, I got you. Agnostic, I got you. Stevie got you. I think we got everybody. If I missed, Devil Salerno, got you. Penn State guy. Benny, you were here earlier, got you. And I think Nikki, Gianni, I think we, Timmy Irish, and that's it. I think we're good. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Dustin, I know I got Maureen, I hope I got you now. Thank you so much for coming in. We had a great time tonight. I think so. You guys helped me. You know, sometimes I just got to, Osada, sometimes we just got to speak facts. And, you know, sometimes people don't like to hear facts. I know Stevie, missed you, buddy, got you. Sometimes I like people, Terry, got you. See, Terry? So I go through it. I don't care how long it takes. I got to go. Bob, awesome. That was a great comment. Yankees for life. Got you. And by the way, that's a great name, Yankees for life. Amen to that, no doubt. No Fly Zone Rican. Oh, get the pasta. Get the latte, Poppy. My wife's Puerto Rican. I think we got it. I think we got just about everybody. If I missed anybody, I'm sure I'll hear about it the next time. But guys, we had a good time tonight. Francis was in earlier. I know that. Francis, thank you for coming in. GDM was in the house. GDM. I missed a lot of so many. Dana, thank you, brother. Temple, I missed so many people. Mob Rat Hunter, Yankees for life again. Bears and Cigars, my man. Boy, I missed a lot of people. Holy shit. All right. Well, I think we got everybody. If I missed anybody, I'm sure you'll let me know about it. BX, I'll read that. Nikki and everybody else, you know, I'll give you guys a call. All right. Teresa Murphy, moi, Charles the Doogie. All right. I like that name. Stop flexing. All right. We'll stop flexing. I like the name. See, I found a few more. Stop flexing again. All right. We good. Let's have a good night. Be safe, everybody. And remember,